Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and do something a little bit different. This isn't necessarily a guide or a video tutorial, kind of like a lot of the things that I've done before. What I'm gonna go ahead and do today, and this is something I've wanted to do for a while, is I want to go ahead and fuse some gear. I've been really curious to see how lucky I actually am, so I'm gonna go ahead and fuse some epics into uniques, and maybe get a emblem piece of gear. That would be nice. This is going to be very expensive, probably going to go through at least 10 million Mesos or so doing this. We'll see if we end up getting really lucky, and I don't think I've actually talked about this, so of course if you guys are newer to the game and you guys want me to do a more detailed video on emblem gear, fusing, the forge, and that kind of stuff, let me know of course. This is going to be a little bit more advanced. I know I've been doing a lot of new player friendly videos because just of how many new people there are to the game, but today we're going to actually go ahead and gamble, spend some Mesos, and fuse some gear. So I want to do a weapon and one piece of armor at the very least. And this is going to be epics to uniques, of course. And maybe we'll do more. But I want to use these dusts that I have that are going to expire pretty soon. I might have to end up using other dusts. I have quite a few of them saved up, as you can see. I also have alt characters that have some dusts as well. But let's go ahead and do weapons first. So we have some epics, and what you do when you want to fuse is you level up both pieces of gear, two pieces of the same type of gear, you level them both up to max, which is going to be level 15, and then you combine them into one piece of gear that is going to be the same type of gear, but it's going to be one rank higher. So if I combine two epics, I'm going to get a piece of unique gear, and there's a chance, a very small chance, that it's going to be a piece of emblem gear. If you don't know what emblem gear is, it is the type of gear that most endgame, it's like the final grind, because emblem gear has much higher stats on it than regular gear. Not only does it have a little bonus, but just the stats on it are way higher. And for weapons, that means way more damage. Normally for a unique, the max damage would be, for a wand, would be 1328, but you can get pieces of emblem unique wands that have 1600 and higher attack, so it's just way better than normal gear. Very rare, very valuable. There's only two ways to get it, and one of them is through the cash shop. You can go to the treasure box section, and if you get very lucky, you can get a piece of emblem gear from these rare treasure box pulls. And then the only other way is to get lucky through fusing, and that's what we're gonna do. So let's get to work, let's get to business. Let's do some wands first. This is going to be expensive. It's going to hurt a little bit. The game also gave us some of these as well. I think it was one of the gifts that we ended up getting. So this is only going to give us 4 levels on the weapon. Okay, well, let's see. That's going to give us, what, 7 out of 15? So that's going to cost 500,000. All right. Also, the dusts are very complicated. Obviously, the worse dust that you use, it's going to take way more of them. It's going to cost way more Mesos. Definitely a video that I have to make in the future is talking about the efficiency and all the different dusts when it comes to fusing and leveling up gear. But we're not worrying about that too much in this video. I just want to go ahead and try to fuse something. So it might cost a lot of money. In fact, I know it's going to cost a lot of money. Okay, where are those other... I guess, did I use all my dust that I had? I guess I only had 30, so... I am going to... I know I have a bunch of dusts on alt characters, so I'm going to go ahead and use the dusts on those characters as well. So let's go ahead and do that. I know a lot of people are leveling up alt characters just for the fusing materials and the upgrading materials, because alt characters, even when you get to level 35, you're going to end up getting these rank up stones, the normal and the rare ones, and you're going to get some dusts as well. As you can see, I have some dusts here. So that's another, I guess you could say, incentive to level up alts, but that decision's up to you whether you want to spend time on your main character or level up alts. I'm not going to tell you what the right thing and what the wrong thing is. Okay, let's go ahead and use these dusts, though. This will get us to level 10. Oh my goodness, this is expensive, but probably not worth using white dusts, so I don't think I'm going to. I might have to end up doing it, though. I'm probably going to have to do it, because I don't think I'm going to have enough powders to level up 2 weapons if I don't use these dusts, so... This is not Meso efficient, by the way. Okay, so we got one at level 12, getting close. Getting close to level 15. Okay, so that's one alt character. I know I have 3 more. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to my second alt and use the dust that they have. You could also probably find decent deals on already leveled up stuff in the trade station. Like if I were to go to wands and epics, I might be able to find some decent deals on already leveled up stuff. I guess it depends. Like this, 15 million. That's not a good deal. 6 million, not that great of a deal. What are these prices? So I could play the auction house game. That's not something that I really want to do now though, but I could. And if you guys want to save Mesos, of course, playing the auction house game is always a great way to make tons of money. Okay. I'm gonna need my Mesos. So I'm gonna end up getting a unique weapon, whether it's Emblem or not. So I'm gonna make a lot of the Mesos back from doing this. So it looks worse than it actually is, but it's still really expensive. But it definitely looks way worse than it actually is in terms of how expensive this is. Okay, so this is going to bring this one to max level. And then I have another one that I need to get to max level because you do have to get 2 pieces of gear to max level to fuse. Okay. And again, the white dusts are not really that great, but we're going to use them anyway. Okay. So that's 2 alts. Oh, did I put my Mesos back? I don't think I did. I think I left my Mesos on this character. Maybe I don't. I don't think I have to take out all my Mesos. It's just easier to click the withdraw all button. No, I left them on this character. All right. All right. 2 more alts worth of dusts. I'm gonna do a piece of armor as well. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do, but I have a whole bunch of really good armor dusts that are about to expire, and I kind of want to put them to use. Oh, I didn't take my Mesos out. Okay. Let's just do 5 million, because we don't need them all. Okay. I know it looks expensive. It is expensive, but again, I'm going to make a decent amount of this money back. And if I get an emblem piece of gear, oh boy. I don't even want to think about it. It's just, if it happens, it happens. I think I'm just barely going to end up having enough dusts to do this, which is fantastic. And I might be able to end up doing another weapon in the future. Or another piece of gear in the future. Because I have a whole bunch of dust still in my storage as well. Let's make sure I don't have anything. Put my Mesos away. So, the point of doing this isn't necessarily for profit as well. I know some people might be like, oh my goodness, you're losing so much money doing this. Yeah, you are going to lose money doing this, especially at this point in the game. It's still really early on. The point of doing this is to try to get an emblem piece of gear. Obviously, you'll make back some of your money, or probably I would even say most of your money back if you don't get an emblem piece of gear. But if you do get an emblem piece of gear, an emblem weapon, it's probably going to be worth 100 million Mesos, something crazy like that, 50 million, 100 million, depending on the stats and how good the emblem is. It's going to be worth a lot of money. So this is gambling. I guess this is the non-cash shop equivalent of gambling in Maplestory M. Alright, I'm gonna have to probably end up using a few dusts that I have. Yeah, because I got it to almost level 13. So let's go ahead and switch back to my main character now. So I have level 15, it's level 12. And I'm gonna switch back to my main character and end up using some of the dusts in my actual storage. And then I should be a lot better on dusts for the armor because I have those really expensive ones. I just have to actually pick out what piece of armor. Probably cloaks would be the best. Okay, let's get this, and let's use epic dusts because we are burning through a lot of Mesos doing this. Okay. 42. Oh, I didn't take my Mesos out again. Okay. And all right. So we have 2 level 15 wands ready to go here. Let's unlock them. Let's do this. By the way, when you fuse, do not fuse max attack stat items, because when you actually fuse, it's going to re-roll the damage on the item. So if you use max attack stuff, you're going to lose your max attack. So don't use max attack things, and I would absolutely not recommend it. You're gonna end up losing it. So fusing completely randomizes it. Also, again, gives you that chance of an emblem item, which is what we are looking for. All right, the moment of truth for the weapon. It also costs 1.6 million. We probably ended up spending, oh man, 5-6 million on dust, something like that, maybe even a little bit more. So this is gonna end up costing us what, 7 to 8 million Mesos for the weapon. We're going to probably make back at least 4 to 5, so we might be down 3 million or so, unless we actually get an emblem item. All right, here we go. The moment of truth. Moment of truth. Emblem. Ah, we didn't get an emblem weapon, unfortunately. How did it roll? What are the stats on it? Rolled 1030. Wait, no, it didn't roll 1030, did it? 1157. How is that for a unique wand? Wands unique go up to 1338. Not that great. Not that great, unfortunately. Well, that's a little bit of a Meso loss, but you know what? That's okay. We at least gave ourselves a chance. Okay, now let's do a piece of armor, and let's see, what is gonna be the best piece of armor to actually do? Let's go. So obviously we want to do epics to uniques, because that's going to give us a chance of an emblem piece of gear. So shoulders, noble shoulder. Oh, there's only one of them for 30 million. Oh my goodness. Maybe we'll do noble shoulders, but no, they're not selling. What about the epic version? Oh, it's because they're really expensive. That's why. Might still be worth it. Might still be worth it. What about belts? Are not going to be worth it because of the Nets pyramid belt. So look at how cheap belts are. Oh my goodness, that is very cheap. Cloaks are probably worth it. Yeah, cloaks are going to be all right. Hopefully you get one of these. So cloaks or the shoulders? I think we're going to go with cloak. I think we're going to go with cloak. Right? Yeah, let's go with cloak. But cloaks are going to be pretty expensive, right? 500,000. What about shoulders? Shoulders are still also expensive, so yeah, we'll just go with the cloak. We'll do that. Okay. So we need to buy 2 epics. Let's go ahead and buy... Let's go ahead and buy the cheap ones. What's the cheapest price? 489, 499 is going to be pretty close to the same price. All right, let's go ahead and buy these. Okay, so we have 2 cloaks. Alright, we'll have to resell this later. Alright, we do have some armor dusts. We have quite a few of these, so the armor is hopefully not going to be quite as painful. Or I guess you could say the cloaks. And my armor powders are also disappearing pretty soon. So look at that, right? Already, that's already up to level 11, so that's pretty awesome. Level 14. Oh, it's only going to let me use this many powders. So already we're almost leveled up on this one, which is awesome. Okay, not quite. Gonna probably have to go back and use some of my alt dusts. Let's see. Yeah. We'll have enough to do this one. Oh, I didn't put my Mesos in my storage. And unfortunately, the powders that I have on my alts, I have to keep them on my alts. I tried putting them in the storage and using them on my main character, and unfortunately, it doesn't actually let you take them out because they are untradeable. So you do have to end up using the powders on the character that you get them on, if it says untradeable anyway. Alright. So one of them we already leveled up to 14. Don't want to equip it or we'll have to use scissors to make it unbounce. Okay. Oh, it already leveled up. It only takes 3 of them. And I didn't get my Mesos again. Okay. Let's actually, you know what? Let's actually use these ones. Okay, so now this one is leveled up. So now we have to level up the other one. And again, this is definitely Meso painful, but you're trying to get that emblem piece of gear. This is gambling. I'll say this again, because this is like the equivalent to gambling in Maplestory. And if you want to go for the best gear, you're either gonna have to do one of 2 things. You're either going to have to do this and use the forge and fuse in order to gamble to try to get emblem pieces of gear. You're gonna have to pull from the gacha and end up pulling from the cash shop those treasure boxes, or you're gonna have to just save up a lot of Mesos and buy it from somebody else. So if you want to do it yourself, you gotta do what we're doing, or you gotta pull boxes from the cash shop, which actually maybe I'll end up doing this weekend. If you guys want me to do some pulls from the cash shop, this one right here. I put shop, let's see, treasure box, these. If you guys want me to do some treasure box pulls, let me know. Leave a like, leave a comment, just tell me. I know the video that I made talking about treasure boxes, people didn't really like it as much because I didn't actually do any pulls. So next time I do anything related to treasure boxes, I'll end up doing some pulls. So I was thinking of maybe doing 3 multi-pulls, which is 33 pulls, which is 3,000 crystals. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll turn that into a video if you guys want me to. Okay. So let's go ahead and use these dusts. I definitely need to do a video talking about the forge and the dusts, and because you really don't want to end up using white dusts right now. It's just not efficient in terms of how many Mesos it ends up costing you. The Mesos are just too valuable at this point in the game. As the game progresses and as the game moves forward, Mesos will essentially, I don't know if lose value is the right word, but it won't be as painful to lose, 1 million or 2 million Mesos, because it'll just be easier to get them. So it's really not very efficient to use white dusts right now because it costs so many Mesos to use. Not only do you need so many of them, but they're very, very expensive. Alright, and as you can see, we've already gone through... We started with 37 million, and right now we have 27.8 million. So we've already spent almost 9 million Mesos. And don't forget, it's also going to cost us 1.6 million Mesos to actually fuse these 2 pieces of gear as well. So this is very expensive. Okay. Alright, I think I'm gonna have just enough dusts to be able to do this on my alt characters. Okay. And let me make sure to put the Mesos here. Alright. Last character, this is it. This will bring it to level 15. And if you do want to get dusts, again, this is a way to do so. You can level up alts, you could actually level up alts really quickly if you power level through the Sky Terrace. Apparently, people were telling me that it only takes a couple of minutes to actually level up an alt to 35 if you get power leveled in the Sky Terrace. But getting these dusts, I think you get them through the quest line, though. Getting these dusts and these material stones might be a decent way to use your time if you're tired of playing your main character, but it's up to you. I'm not going to tell you to play alts or not play alts. That decision is going to be up to you. Okay, so this is it. This is going to level it up. All right, level 15. We've got our 2 cloaks at level 15. Let's switch back to my main character because that's the character that if I don't get an emblem, I'm going to end up selling them on. You'll also see all the Mesos that we've actually burned through. And if I don't get an emblem, I'm probably going to lose some money. In fact, I know I'm going to lose money. Quite a few million Mesos worth of money. Alright. Now the moment of truth for the armor. We did the weapon. We didn't get a... we didn't get an emblem. And now the armor. Let's get my Mesos back. Alright. Here we go. I'm a little nervous because it takes a lot of hours to farm these Mesos, so... Alright. Fuse. Alright, unique cape, 1.6 million. This is gonna cost us a total of what? This will have been 11, 12 million Mesos. Oh my. Very expensive. Alrighty. Little nervous. Oh, come on. Emblem. Oh, no. Like, I think that's a better cloak, though, right? The serious cape? That's not one of the cheap ones, is it? Let me take a look and see. Oh, it's one of the more expensive capes, so 8 million for this one. That's not too bad. I don't know for sure if, oh, nice, something sold for 1 million. I don't know for sure if, it's gonna sell for 8.5 million, but it might. So we might have actually ended up making my money back. Maybe even profit? No, there's no way. Not with the way that I was using dusts. But, either way, that's how you get emblems if you want to fuse. And I know this was definitely a bit of a... Wow, this was a longer video. In the future, if I do fusing, let me know if you guys like this, if you guys want more videos like this. Most of the stuff that I've put out on the channel has been guides, tutorials, that kind of stuff. But if you guys enjoy this type of stuff, let me know. I'll put out more of it. And maybe if I do fusing the next time, this was a long video. I didn't expect me to be switching alt characters so much. I can... maybe trim that part out, but I wanted to show you guys how the process worked. And also, it's good to know that now you know you can use alt characters for dusts as well if you are running short or you do want to level alts to get dusts and materials. So didn't get an emblem, but I might have actually broken even or made a little profit. Either way, it's very expensive, it's very grindy. If you are newer to the game, I would not recommend doing what I just did until you have a decent set of gear completed. So absolutely work on getting unique gear for yourself before you do what I just did. Probably should have said that at the start of the video. Disclaimer, don't do this until you already have decent gear, because you can end up losing a lot of Mesos, and those Mesos could be spent better off actually improving your gear. But if you want to do it for fun, go for it. That was fun. Would have been more fun if I got an emblem piece of gear, but still, that's it. Anyway, thank you for watching. We're almost at 800 subscribers, so a huge thank you to everybody who has subscribed to the channel. Really do appreciate it, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like, comments. I read them all the time, several times a day. I am playing Maple M pretty much all day lately. Been a little bit addicted, so if you guys want to leave any comments or feedback, feel free. I do my best to get back to them as soon as I can. And once again, thank you for the support, everyone. So that's it for this. More videos coming soon. Keep an eye out. The Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.